On this week's Westfield Sports Show, we start off with a sports recap, then move on to the week ahead.
Then we move on to an interview with a guest I'm sure you're familiar with.
Lastly, we will introduce a brand new segment that will include the input from you, the students. Monday of last week saw girls volleyball take a win over Pendleton Heights 3-1. Ella Jenkins recorded 9 kills and Kaylee Sutcliffe served up 3 aces. Girls soccer tied New Pal with a singular goal coming from Lola Horstman.
Tuesday, boys soccer bested Franklin Central 3-1 with goals coming from Aiden Yonkis, Oliver Smith, and Justin Dow. Boys tennis also upset Brownsburg 3-2.
Wednesday, boys tennis got swept by Brebeuf. Volleyball lost at Cathedral 3-1, and girls soccer beat Franklin Central 3-1. The goals were scored by Kate Malin, who had 2, and Reese Sargent, who had 1.
On Thursday, your boys tennis team won 3-2. Volleyball swept Brownsburg 3-0, and girls soccer beat North Central 4-1. They entered this week with a record of 3-1-1.
Friday, the football team got in the win column with a win over Lawrence Central on senior night 42-27. Cole Ballard threw for 12 completions, 206 yards, and 3 touchdowns, 2 of which were to Max Nosler, who had a 100-yard night of his own.
Saturday, girls volleyball went 3-1 on the day, beating Belmont, Crown Point, and Fort Wayne Concordia Lutheran. Boys soccer lost to Greenfield Central 1-0, and girls golf finished 4th in the Hall of Fame invite.
Moving ahead into this week, on Monday, girls golf travels for the ACC championships, and both boys tennis and girls soccer host Guerin Catholic.
Tuesday, boys tennis host HSC, and boys soccer travels to Zionsville to kick off our week of competition against the Eagles.
Wednesday, the lone event is the second event against Zionsville. This time, the girls soccer team will host the Eagles.
Thursday, girls golf travels to Guerin for a match. Boys tennis travels to Zionsville. Volleyball travels to Zionsville, and the boys soccer team hosts Brebeuf.
Friday, your Rocks football team hosts Zionsville for our second home game of the year, theme being USA. One of the top teams in 5A competes against one of the top teams in 6A. Show out to Riverview Hill Stadium to watch some good quality football.
Boys and girls cross country travel for the Brownsburg Invitational on Saturday morning, while the girls golf team heads up to Lafayette for the Lady Bronco Invitational.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Wolf from Westfield Sports. Let's hear a little bit about our JV football team. Our JV Rocks football team had an amazing game this past Saturday, winning 48-0, and speaking to some of the players, it sounds like we're going to have a great season. Matthew Spencer, a safety for the Westfield Rocks, included that he has a strong feeling this season they could be undefeated. I asked some of these players how they feel they will help their team to reach this goal, and was answered by Preston Pacala, a tight end, saying he needs to talk to the linemen before each play about people they need to block. Running back Kendall Garnett, saying knowing plays, being a leader, and being positive to the team. And wide receiver Parker Knott sharing he needs to do his job and encourage the team. Kendall Garnett shared the team's word this year being fearless, and if the team really applies that to every game, this season will be very successful.
Now with us, we have the quarterback who brought us into the win column, Mr. Cole Ballard. Cole, how does that one feel?
Feels great. I mean, it definitely gave us some momentum and definitely a lot of confidence going into week 3.
It seems like you were dominating, but at any point in time on Friday, did you ever feel vulnerable?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I feel like everybody on the offense always had confidence. We only stopped ourselves, so whenever we were clicking, nobody was going to be able to stop us. 3
passing touchdowns on the night is phenomenal, but I want to touch on the rushing aspect of your game. You had 72 yards rushing and a pair of rushing touchdowns. What contributed to that?
I'd say the great blocking by the receivers. A lot of high school programs don't really take that into consideration, but I mean, Liskey had a great block on the first touchdown run, and Micah Webster and Max Nosler both blocked phenomenal on the other touchdown run, so that definitely helped out a lot.
So going into the Zionsville game on Friday, it's going to be a test like no other. Take me through your mindset on how you'll prepare for the Eagles on that.
We have a good scouting report ready, and I think everybody's pretty confident, and if we go in and execute our game, I think we've got a good shot.
Now we are going to try something new. We're going to let you, the viewers, vote on who you think should be the Westfield Sports Show Athlete of the Week. There's a Google form which will be in the description of this video, and you can cast your vote on who you think the best athlete was in this week of Westfield Athletics.
Just put the name of who you are nominating, a brief description of why you are nominating them, and any stats that might be helpful. The winner will be chosen and given the title of Athlete of the Week for the next week's show.
That's it for this week's episode of the Westfield Sports Show. Stay breezy and go Rocks.